when we talk about the county financial situation, we don't really have a surplus. What we do is we have a category that's called carryover savings. At the end of the year, when all of the departments compile what they've expended from what was budgeted, what was not spent is put into a category of carryover. We're anticipating that there will be $60 million plus of carryover saving. This is a guesstimate because the departments will be able to adjust a little bit and the funding will be up and down. But at this time, we're looking at a little over $60 million. Well, every year we do have carryover savings. It's part of what we budget, and that carryover saving is folded into the next year's budget. So when we're looking at shortfalls in funding from tax revenue, part of what will be balanced out will be the carryover savings will folded into this. So we won't have as large an impact from the downturn in the economics of the taxes. We don't like the furloughs, and I don't believe the furloughs are helping very much. It did buffer a little bit the economic situation. We're looking at probably $2 to $3 million worth of value in the furloughs at this point. And looking at the carryover savings, we're crunching the numbers right now in finance department to be able to see whether or not doing away with the furloughs is something that is possible. We're also going to have to talk to the unions about it as well to be able to come out with agreements on doing away with the furloughs. However, we would very, very much like to be able to eliminate the furloughs within a month. Well, one of the things we did immediately was in our office. We have roughly 15% less employees, and the salaries for the employees are roughly 15% less than they were in previous administration. So we're trying to lead by example and cut back when we're going through the budget process right now. And understand, this is our first week in office, but already we're 3 days into doing the department budget. And we've been going through and we've asked all the departments to look at doing some downsizing. And preliminarily, we're looking at all of the departments to really scrutinize how they can work with other departments. And by combining their particular needs, maybe we can cut back on some of the expenses. So we believe that there will be substantial savings by changing some of the ways the department do work right now. For instance, where we have duplications of services. For example, there's a finance department within the water department. If we can bring the finance department back under finance, we don't have to have the extra office. We don't have to have an extra storage of working material in the GIS area, the Geographic Information System. We have 4 or 5 departments that are trying to create Geographic Information System areas. And if we can bring them all back under one department, where every department has different computer systems set up and they're trying to create whole systems, if we bring them all back, we can save by having everybody sharing the same equipment and sharing the workload. It's something that we're working with right now. We haven't concluded exactly how we're going to do it or if it's possible, but we're looking at it right now. I'm very hopeful that our position with the county council is going to be very different this term. We've been inviting all of the council members up to my office. We've been talking story with them. We've gone down and we're trying to work with them. With our state legislatures, we're already meeting and we're trying to get agreements on what we're going to present before the state legislature. And if you remember what Shan Tsutsui, our senator, who is also president of the Senate, stated when he talked to the council and did the keynote address, he's looking at about $100 million worth of projects for the county. It's something that we've been talking about and we're going to be talking to the council about so that we can go through with a joint effort to try and bring that money back to the county this year. It's a far cry from the zero that was being requested last year. We know that we need help, and if the state can help us, we'll most graciously accept any help we can. We're already meeting with the governor and the other mayors to try and work agreements and understand each other's positions. This is something that's very important. Um, the basic message I would like everybody to understand is in tough economic times, we all have to work together. And it's that partnerships and the cooperation between the community and government that's going to make us succeed. We'll do everything we can to try and formulate the footprint that will allow success. But we need all of you to help us to make this community successful. We're getting into a new year. I want everybody to have a happy new year. We will all be very happy if we can turn this economy around, turn the budgeting system around, and keep a very low tax rate and not raise any of the fees and services as much as possible. You know, if we work together, we can keep it in line. So our goal is going to be to try and work with you to try and minimize the damage that we have and try to deal with this economic situation. And I'm very, very hopeful.